I've built a lot of sort of deep roots in my mind and analytical thinking. That's what I know. That's what I've been really accustomed to, like, nurturing. So whenever I've had any experience that involved the heart, it was always fleeting as well. Like, it's a very short-lived experience. In a way, it's just like touching the surface, because it's so overwhelming, especially for someone that goes from deep logical thinking and everything filtered through the lens of the mind in a way to be interpreted. So in a way, I've been chiseling away at my analytical mind, kind of breaking down the real just data focused way of living, and moving more into like this flow state, understanding like energy, energy healing and frequencies and vibration, all these things that are technically unseen to us. Like, there's a spectrum of things. Seeing how like life's like a wave, almost like a musical wave. There's ups and downs. Like, that's what a musical wave is. Diving into all like these sort of deep esoteric teachings in a way to get a better grasp of what this universe is all about. I've taken a route where I've dived into a lot of the esoteric teachings on my own. Like, I started becoming a lot more involved in that side because, like I said, I went into isolation to some degree, but the isolation was all about learning. It was like me, in a way, going to school, and I was the researcher, the teacher, the student, everything all in one. So every day, like, I would always show up to school, to classroom. The classroom became clearly like the internet, and just searching the right things. As someone that has a really analytical mind and has the propensity to like dig deep into data in a way, I was always very good at keying in the right words, like asking the right questions in a way, like searching for the right topics that would consistently take me down like a certain path that would open doors and more doors and more doors, so long as I was willing to go down them. So my entry into spirituality, came through that medium. It's like I sort of isolated myself from the world in a way, but then opened myself up to the world by trying to observe and absorb all these teachings that, I guess, in a way, they're not privy to us because it's not mainstream, or it's hidden, or it's in a culture that we just don't follow, whether like it's through Taoism or Buddhism. And what I'm feeling now too is like being more rooted in the heart center, living from that space. In that space, you see how there's enough for everyone. And then you see from that space how we are here with purpose. We are all here as significant beings. Once you can move into the heart center, in a way, now you have this vantage point where you can now start dissolving and transmuting those three lower energies. Now I'm kind of diving into the realm, of what, let's say, the ancients call, the chakra system. I think for us in this body, and again, using astrology it takes between like 28 or something, 29, 30 years to go through your Saturn return. I really feel like in reality, that's what it takes for us to leave this idea of being a child. It's really only at 30 that you hit the adult stage, that now you can kind of finally grasp your mind and body to a degree where you can make much more cohesive choices in your life. You know, this is difficult to explain, and I don't even know how this video is really turning out and how much sense it's going to make to people. You know, I kind of have to just trust that, you know, it will make sense to some people and to others it won't, and that's fine. And perhaps, you know, as I keep maybe showing up, I might have a more refined version of this explanation for, you know, the future. Until next time.